And you're gonna play.
Okay.
Yay.
Starring.
Muruga, what? So somebody was out telling them all about all the tunes, and I said you did an album. And what is the name of your album?
I was honored to do an album called Circle of Drums. It's in quadraphonic sound, and it's on Shakti Records. But Baba, I was a young boy playing drum solos in the 60s at the Chessmate. And I was influenced by the early guys, Papa Joe Jones, Max Roach, Buddy Rich and Krupa, and Joe Jones, and Elvin Jones. And I was influenced by all of those guys. And I started doing these 1-hour drum solos at the Chessmate. And they were giving me $50 to $100 a drum solo.
Yeah.
And sometimes 3 or 4 drum solos a night.
Yeah.
I said, wow. They just liked the freedom of the drum solo because, you know, it wasn't restrictive. There wasn't no band. You know, it was just a drum solo. And sometimes in my youth, very divinely savage. And I would even explode and throw my drums into the audience because I was rebelling the war. And I wanted people to see what violence was like in a musical context. And I would end up my solo and I'd throw the drums. I had this method of kicking the drums all at the same time. Bam! And I could reach the center of the room over there. I don't do that no more because I sort of got settled down and sold my oats in spirit and calmness and love and peace. Right? But in my youth, you know. So here I am doing these drum solos, and this young gentleman, African-American man, who was a professor, and he was very astute, and way more educated than me. My father's a shoemaker, and they're immigrants from Serbia, so I had not too much education. I was lucky to make it through high school. This very astute guy comes at the end of a solo, and he says, take this record. And he gave me a tape of Drums of Passion by Baba Olatunji, who came here on a grant and ended up being the Nigerian representative in the United Nations and for America, with Nigeria and America. And he did a lot of work to bring the nations together in peace and love. But he also brought the drum circles. You do drum circles every Wednesday here. The guys are so fantastic. And they do, if I didn't live so far, I would be coming here all the time. But it's, you know, like an hour drive, and at my 80 years of age. But so he gave me this record, and it was Olatunji Drums of Passion. So now, here I am in a suit trying to play jazz, and he gives me this album, Drums of Passion, which was it was African drumming and chanting. And of course, you had to dance to it. Well, I got a bag of weed, and I stayed in my mother's house for 2 weeks and didn't do nothing but smoke the weed and listen to Drums of Passion and dance to it while I was listening. And he influenced me so deep that I even took burlap and I covered my drums with burlap, and I went and got a yoga robe that was something like a dashiki, and I just started tribally going out, thanks to Baba Olatunji. Well, years later, I met someone that knew him, and they said they could introduce me. So I told them, he's my hero, you know, bam. And all of a sudden, he says, he's on the phone saying, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to record an album with you. That's what I want to do. He says, okay, but under one condition, that we do it as equals, and my friend Sakuru is on the album. So Sakuru, the master talking drummer who came here with Chief Ebenezer Obey, who's now with Planet Drum, is on that album. But he's coming to my birthday, December 27th, at the Token Lounge. Sakuru from Baba Olatunji's African group is going to be joining us at my 80th birthday. I hope all of you come. It's at the Token Lounge. It's a Tuesday, 2 days after Christmas. But we're still going to have the Christmas cheer and feeling. And I'm going to have over 20 different musicians. Blues, folk, rock, jazz, acid, trance, funk. Dennis Coffey, who's the original funk brother, original funk album he played on with the funk, and he was the psychedelic, dig this, Dennis Coffey played with the Temptations on Psychedelic Psychedelic Shack. So Dennis Coffey from the Psychedelic Shack with the Temptations is gonna come and jam with us, and also Shirley Hayden from the P-Funk, and Ping Cells from Stevie Wonder, vocalist. They're all coming to jam with me on my 80th birthday, and we're gonna blow the roof off. It's gonna be about 10, 15, 20 musicians, and I hope you come. It's December 27th at the Token Lounge, my 80th celebration of music. And I'm gonna be doing music ranging from everything, from rap to funk to rock to jazz to blues to folk,
Yeah.
all of it.
Make sure you get your advance tickets. You can save $5 off advance
Yeah,
tickets.
if you go to tokenlounge.com, you can get the advance tickets for 15 instead of the 20 at the door.
Thank you,
So
Muruga.
this is Baba Olatunji's Dance to the Beat of the Drum. I'll start it.
I'm the drum. You're the drum. We're the drum. I'm the drum. You're the drum. We're the drum. We dance to the beat of my drum. We dance to the beat of my drum.
Thank you. Woo. Woo. Yeah.